There are celebrities who are unabashed supporters of Donald Trump, and there are stars who threaten to leave the United States if Trump retained the presidency in 2020. The latter got some relief when America said, "You're fired," to the Apprentice alum. However, Trump had a hard time accepting that he was no longer the country's most powerful executive. So, ahead of the 2024 presidential election, many of Trump's biggest Hollywood haters have found themselves voicing their vexation with the man whose inability to keep his lips zipped cost him over $80 million. But Trump still has a few famous touters, too. From a famous author to a 90s rap icon, here's what some stars are saying about the former president. Why Kristen Stewart called Donald Trump a little baby. There was a time when Donald Trump would frequently rant about celebrities on X, formerly known as Twitter. Sometimes his comments barely registered in the media, like in 2012, when he tweeted that Lady Gaga owed him a share of her wealth. But when he waded into one of the biggest entertainment stories of that same year, Kristen Stewart's cheating scandal, his sharp remarks earned him a headline from The Hollywood Reporter. After Stewart was caught having an affair with director Rupert Sanders, Trump had some advice for her then-boyfriend, Robert Pattinson. Robert Pattinson should not take back Kristen Stewart. She cheated on him like a dog and will do it again, he tweeted. In her 2024 Rolling Stone interview, Stewart expressed disbelief over Trump's decision to fire off multiple tweets about her love life, saying, "Of course he had to weigh in on my tarring and feathering. He's such a little baby." At least some good came out of Trump's fixation on the Robston drama. Stewart revealed that Trump's tweets were discussed in the Saturday Night Live writer's room when she hosted the show in 2017, inspiring her to call him out for his bizarre obsession during her opening monologue. During the show, she also came out telling the then-president, "I'm like so gay, dude." In her Rolling Stone interview, she had another message for Trump. "Fuck you, bah!" Why Snoop Dogg is a Trump supporter now. Snoop Dogg's support for Donald Trump isn't about how Trump's policies might affect Americans if he gets another term as president. In a 2024 interview with The Times, Snoop Dogg explained his change of heart, saying, "He has done only great things for me. He pardoned Michael Harris." One of Trump's final acts as president was to grant clemency to the Death Row Records co-founder who played a crucial role in Snoop's career. In gratitude, Snoop not only ended his previous feud with Trump, but also expressed admiration for him, adding, "I have nothing but love and respect for Donald Trump." This newfound admiration came after years of Snoop criticizing Trump. In his 2017 music video for Lavender, Nightfall Remix, Snoop aimed a toy gun at a Trump lookalike dressed as a clown. He told Billboard, "Nobody's dealing with the real issue with this fucking clown as president." In 2018, during an appearance on DJ Sus One's Sirius XM show, Snoop was blunt about Trump supporters, saying, "If you like that nena, you're motherfucking racist. Fuck you and fuck him." He also mentioned that he only participated in Trump's Comedy Central roast because he was paid to do so. It seems Trump has perfected the art of transactional relationships, at least when it comes to Snoop. Johnny Marr banned MAGA rallies from using his music. Many musicians have criticized Donald Trump for using their songs at his political events without permission, including the Rolling Stones and Neil Young. In 2024, the Smiths guitarist Johnny Marr joined this group of displeased artists when he discovered Trump had played the band's song, "Please, Please, Please Let Me Get What I Want," at a campaign rally. Rather than politely asking Trump to stop, Marr made it clear he would take action to keep the Smiths' music off Trump's event playlists. Responding to a video of the 1984 song being played at a South Dakota rally, Marr tweeted, "Ah, right. Okay. I never in a million years would have thought this could come to pass. Consider this zeitgeist shut right down right now." As of now, Marr's former bandmate Morrissey hasn't commented on the song's usage. While Morrissey shares some of Trump's anti-immigrant views, he used to refer to the former president as Donald Thump on his fan site, True to You. Thump's only achievement so far is in making Sarah Palin seem intelligent, he wrote in 2016. Fat Joe's golden sneaker acquisition wasn't a presidential endorsement. Donald Trump's sneaker line faced harsh criticism on social media, with users joking that the shoes were part of a money laundering scheme or a desperate attempt to cover his mounting legal fees. Many also mocked the quality of the golden sneakers, predicting they would fall apart quickly. However, rapper Fat Joe saw the Never Surrender high tops as a valuable addition to his sneaker collection. During an Instagram live session, the lean-back artist revealed he had acquired a pair of the Trump-branded shoes, but clarified that this did not mean he supported the former president. "I dislike Trump. I'm not voting for him. Not now, not ever," he stated. "But as a sneaker collector, I had to get these for the art." He added that he didn't buy the shoes, which were sold for $390 online before selling out. Instead, he received them as a gift from an anonymous source because of his reputation as a sneaker enthusiast. The comments section of Fat Joe's Instagram video was filled with reactions from fans expressing disappointment and dismay. Some warned him that the gifted shoes were likely a publicity stunt to benefit Trump. "Direct or indirect support of a man that hates us and has mocked our humanity for years is unforgivable," one critic wrote. "It hurts coming from one of rap's biggest icons." Alec Baldwin. Alec Baldwin and Donald Trump are about as close to mortal enemies as you can get these days. Baldwin famously portrayed an unflattering version of Trump on SNL from 2016 to 2020, while Trump spent those years tweeting derogatory remarks about Baldwin. Following Baldwin's tragic accident on the set of Rust, Trump commented, "He's a cuckoo bird. He's a nut job. And usually when there's somebody like that, in my opinion, he had something to do with it." In an interview with George Stephanopoulos, Baldwin responded, "I thought to myself, just when you think that things can't get more surreal, here's the former president of the United States making a comment on this tragic situation." Baldwin is certainly not voting red in 2024. The force is strong with Mark Hamill's Trump tweets. Star Wars icon Mark Hamill might not be able to use the force to defeat Donald Trump, but he certainly holds his own in a war of words. Hamill is just as skilled at delivering sharp tweets as he is at wielding a lightsaber. In February 2024, he took a jab at Trump when the former president resumed his habit of commenting on pop stars. This time, Trump used his social media platform, Truth Social, to express his anxiety about Taylor Swift potentially endorsing Joe Biden for president. After Trump posted that Swift owed him loyalty, Hamill responded by quote-tweeting Swift's 2020 Biden endorsement, adding, "This tweet has aged remarkably well, especially the 'we will vote you out in November' part." Hamill's fans might have imagined his Joker voice while reading another tweet from February 2024. Reacting to the news that Trump had been ordered to pay over $350 million in a fraud case, Hamill referenced one of Trump's unfulfilled campaign promises. "Maybe he can get Mexico to pay for it," he quipped. Additionally, when Trump ranked last among all 45 U.S. presidents in the 2024 Presidential Greatness Project expert survey, Hamill shared the results with his followers and took a shot at Trump's new shoe line, writing, "In all fairness, this survey was conducted before he released those gold sneakers. Ben Affleck and Matt Damon. Artists Equity, the production company founded by actors Matt Damon and Ben Affleck, criticized former President Donald J. Trump for using audio from their movie Air in a campaign video uploaded in early June 2023. The video featured a monologue from the film alongside photos and videos of Trump throughout his life and was shared on Truth Social. This video, posted with a request for donations, came shortly after Trump was formally charged with federal offenses, including unlawfully retaining classified national security documents after leaving office and obstructing efforts to return them. Damon and Affleck released a statement saying, "We had no foreknowledge of, did not consent to, and do not endorse or approve any footage or audio from Air being repurposed by the Trump campaign as a political advertisement or for any other use." Rob Reiner's warning about Donald Trump. Filmmaker Rob Reiner raised alarms about the potential global impact of a second Donald Trump presidency in an interview with The Guardian. The All in the Family star expressed his concern that Trump's return to the White House could have devastating consequences for democracy, not just in the U.S., but worldwide. Do we want to turn the country over to someone like Donald Trump, who has said he wants to destroy the Constitution, go after his political enemies, and turn America into an autocracy? Reiner questioned. Reiner was likely referring to a Truth Social post, where Trump called for the termination of parts of the Constitution, aiming to nullify the 2020 election results. During a 2023 rally in New Hampshire, Trump likened his political opponents to vermin and vowed to hunt them down. Supporting Reiner's concerns about autocratic tendencies, Trump told Sean Hannity that he would spend his first day in office acting like a dictator. Reiner frequently uses social media to advocate for keeping Joe Biden in office. In a March 2024 tweet, he stated, "I refuse to believe Americans would rather have a lying lunatic rapist whose brain has turned to mush and will destroy our democracy than a decent man who spent his life fighting to make things better for us." Jimmy Kimmel. Late-night host. Jimmy Kimmel has been a frequent critic of Donald Trump. Kimmel has called Trump the dumbest criminal in the world and described him as a profoundly stupid person. He remarked, "He does not have the best words. He is not a stable genius. That mental competency test he's always bragging that he passed, this is something the average 7-year-old could pass." Barbra Streisand deemed Trump's message for Taylor Swift dictatorial. In February 2024, Donald Trump took to Truth Social to make a surprising appeal to Taylor Swift, a significant figure in political and cultural spheres. Trump argued that Swift shouldn't endorse Joe Biden, highlighting that it was he, not Biden, who passed the Music Modernization Act. Trump posted, "Swift can't be disloyal to the man who made her so much money." Barbra Streisand was stunned by Trump's bold claim that Swift owed him. "This is what a dictator is like. He's really flipped his lid now," she tweeted. Streisand, a frequent critic of Trump, often uses X to criticize his actions. She has called him out for being a Vladimir Putin sycophant and for falsely claiming that the economy was better during his presidency. Streisand also weighed in on E. Jean Carroll's 2024 defamation trial against Trump. "Trump and his lawyer treat the law and courtroom decorum with the same contempt he treats election results," she wrote on X. This comment likely referred to reports of Trump laughing and talking during the trial, leading Judge Lewis Kaplan to threaten to remove him from the courtroom, as reported by ABC News. Streisand celebrated when Carroll was awarded a substantial sum. "She managed to accomplish the near impossible and shut Donald Trump up," the Funny Girl star quipped, "and it cost Trump $88 million to do so far." Meryl Streep. During her Lifetime Achievement Award speech at the 2017 Gold Globes, Meryl Streep made headlines with her impassioned remarks, taking aim at then-President Donald Trump. She highlighted a specific performance from the previous year that had deeply affected her, not because of its quality, but because of its impact. Streep criticized Trump for mocking a disabled reporter, emphasizing the disparity in power between them. She said, "There was one performance this year that stunned me. It sank its hooks in my heart. Not because it was good. There was nothing good about it, but it was effective, and it did its job. It was that moment when the person asking to sit in the most respected seat in our country imitated a disabled reporter, someone he outranked in privilege, power, and the capacity to fight back. Hollywood is crawling with outsiders and foreigners, and if we kick them all out, you'll have nothing to watch but football and mixed martial arts, which are not the arts." Why George Lopez came out against Donald Trump. George Lopez has frequently used humor as a tool to critique the policies of Donald Trump. In his 2020 Netflix special, We'll Do It for Half, Lopez joked about the former president's slow progress in constructing the promised border wall. The title of the special itself was derived from a Trump-related joke that landed Lopez in hot water with the Secret Service. In an Instagram post that has since been deleted, Lopez referenced a news report about an Iranian lawmaker offering a hefty reward for Trump's assassination, quipping, "We'll do it for half." When questioned by the Secret Service, Lopez explained, "You took it as a threat. I took it as an estimate." Although Lopez eventually recognized the seriousness of the situation, he continued to criticize Trump. In a 2024 CNN interview, he revealed that Trump's demonization of undocumented immigrants motivated him to persist in speaking out against the former president's xenophobic rhetoric. Lopez emphasized the valuable contributions made by immigrants to the country on a daily basis, expressing disdain for Trump's habit of scapegoating them for America's problems. He lamented the normalization of Trump's racially charged language and remarked, "I don't think of him much as a president, and I think even less of him as a man." Regarding the prospect of another Trump presidency, Lopez asserted, "It goes against the principles that America stands for." Jack Black. In a conversation with The Hill about the 2022 midterm elections, the star of the Super Mario Bros. Movie delved into the topic of Trump's potential run in 2024, remarking, "He's got to run because he's also running away from himself and his mountain of lawsuits. If he can win again, in his mind, he's probably thinking, 'Oh, then that'll erase the time that I lost. I'll be a winner again.' So it'll be scary. But at the end of the day, what's more disturbing are all the people that support him. And in a way, I don't even really think he believes all of that hate talk that he's doing. I think he's working the crowd, and he knows how all this is going. He's actually kind of brilliant at figuring out what people want to hear and just saying it. And it's scary that people want a leader like that. I don't see him as causing all of that hate. I see him as just using all of the hate that's already there." Paul Stanley. Paul Stanley, the frontman of the band Kiss, condemned Donald Trump after the release of audio recordings depicting the former president pressuring Georgia's Secretary of State to find votes that would alter the election outcome and overturn his loss to President-elect Joe Biden. Taking to Twitter, Stanley expressed his outrage. "This is abhorrent, a real threat to our democracy. The problem isn't that it won't work. It's the behavior of a mob boss and politicians prioritizing party over audits, investigations, court rulings, and country in an attempt to override the will of American voters." John Voight likened Donald Trump to Jesus. In his 2024 interview with The Guardian, Rob Reiner pointed out that Donald Trump appears to benefit from Christian nationalism despite having little apparent familiarity with the Bible, apart from a notorious reference to 2 Corinthians. Trump's reluctance to share his favorite scripture during a 2015 Bloomberg interview, dismissing it as very personal, raised eyebrows. Additionally, his former attorney, Michael Cohen, characterized evangelical Christian leaders as mere hustlers, according to The Atlantic. However, John Voight goes a step further in attempting to court Christian voters, featuring in a peculiar 2024 campaign ad where he draws parallels between Trump and Jesus Christ. Voight implores potential voters to believe that Trump, like Jesus, can return to save the American dream for all. The ad heavily relies on biblical language, with some of Voight's statements appearing somewhat nonsensical, such as, "He shall finalize the Holy Ghost." Voight poses the question of whether Trump can rescue the nation from the perceived darkness that has overshadowed Americans' aspirations, to which he believes Trump can. Responses to the ad on X included comparisons of Voight to Taylor Swift as the GOP's counterpart and accusations of blasphemy. One commenter criticized the ad, suggesting that it embodied a combination of quoting scripture while harboring hateful sentiments. What made Bud Light great again for Kid Rock? Following Bud Light's collaboration with social media influencer Dylan Mulvaney for an Instagram campaign in 2023, there was an uproar from some conservatives regarding Mulvaney's transgender identity. Mulvaney revealed that she faced severe bullying from transphobic individuals and criticized Bud Light for not supporting her in a TikTok video. Despite Bud Light's lack of response, the outrage persisted. One notable figure, Donald Trump supporter Kid Rock, expressed his discontent by filming himself shooting at boxes of Bud Light while wearing a MAGA hat. However, by 2024, Kid Rock had a change of heart. During an appearance on the Joe Rogan Experience, Kid Rock recounted how he reconciled with Bud Light. He shared an encounter where he noticed Anheuser-Busch CEO Brendan Ball Whitworth standing behind him while conversing with Trump at UFC 295. Kid Rock seized the opportunity to bring Whitworth to Trump's attention, leading to a friendly conversation between them. This interaction left such a positive impression on Kid Rock that he even contemplated a partnership with Bud Light. George Clooney. George Clooney recently voiced his worries about the potential re-election of Donald Trump in 2024, describing the prospect as scary. Clooney reflected on his personal observations of Trump's behavior, particularly during the time when Trump gained prominence through his show, The Apprentice. Clooney expressed surprise at the idea that people would vote for someone he perceived as deeply flawed. He recalled interactions where Trump displayed behavior that he found questionable, such as inquiring about the relationship status of cocktail waitresses at bars. Billy Baldwin's family history lesson for Donald Trump Jr. Billy Baldwin made a bold prediction about Donald Trump early in 2024. He tweeted, "Trump will lose the election. Trump will go to prison. Trump will die broke." Later that same month, Baldwin responded to a tweet from Donald Trump Jr., who boasted that no one on Jeffrey Epstein's flight list had endorsed his father. Baldwin's response brought up Epstein, which was a contentious move given Donald Trump's past association with him. Trump had previously praised Epstein in a 2002 interview with New York Magazine, calling him a terrific guy. However, Baldwin chose to focus on a different aspect of Trump's history in his response to Donald Jr.'s tweet. Instead, he reminded Donald Jr. about his father's infidelity to Ivana Trump with Marla Maples. Baldwin recounted witnessing Maples receiving multiple phone calls from Donald during their affair. In a previous tweet, Baldwin had mentioned that he and Maples were in the same acting class and often practiced lines together at her place. He suggested that Donald's frequent calls were due to his insecurity and jealousy, as he didn't like the idea of Baldwin and Maples spending time alone together. Baldwin's message to Donald Jr. in 2024 emphasized his disdain for Donald Trump's behavior, referring to him as a disgusting pig and thief. Why Kathy Griffin is deathly afraid of Donald Trump. While Kathy Griffin remains steadfast in her defense of her controversial photo featuring Donald Trump, she expresses genuine concern about the potential repercussions if Trump were to return to the White House. Speaking to Seacoast and Line, Griffin admitted, "I do think if he gets elected again, he's going to come for me. I'm quite serious about that. The way he came for me last time, he almost, expletive, took me out." Her infamous 2017 photo, in which she posed with a fake Trump head covered in fake blood, nearly led to her career being irreparably damaged. Griffin lost several jobs in the aftermath and didn't feel fully uncanceled until 2023, as she revealed to Newsweek. During a 2024 episode of the Dinners on Me with Jesse Tyler Ferguson podcast, Griffin disclosed that she had more significant worries than just her professional life. She obtained documents from the Department of Justice's investigation into the photo through a Freedom of Information Act request. Griffin shared, "I actually just got a FOIA back, expressing how serious they were about trying to charge me with the crime of conspiracy to assassinate the President of the United States." Beyond her personal concerns, Griffin fears the broader implications of a potential Trump presidency sequel. She believes Trump would exploit America's politically polarized environment to further divide the nation, fostering anger, hatred, chaos, and fighting amongst ourselves, as she explained to Seacoast and Line. Robert De Niro, During the May 20th, 2023 premiere of his latest film, Killers of the Flower Moon, directed by Martin Scorsese, Robert De Niro didn't hold back in his criticism of Trump, likening him to a run-of-the-mill criminal. De Niro commented, "I don't understand a lot about my character. Part of him is sincere. The other part, where he's betraying the Osage people, there's a feeling of entitlement. It's the banality of evil. It's the thing we have to watch out for. We see it today, of course. We all know who I'm going to talk about, but I'm not going to say the name." Chris Evans. In 2020, Chris Evans revealed that the former president turned down his invitation to collaborate on a political education initiative, not just once, but twice. Speaking with Jimmy Kimmel, Evans explained, "We did ask him. We had to. You've got to do it. We asked him. He said no. He said no twice, and so I did my part." Following this, Evans showed his support for Joe Biden and Kamala Harris by appearing at a fundraiser, indicating that he's unlikely to support Trump's second run for the White House. John Mayer praised Donald Trump's voice. In 2012, musician John Mayer found himself in the crosshairs of Donald Trump's Twitter feed due to his relationship with Katy Perry. Trump couldn't resist taking a jab at Mayer in a tweet, suggesting that Perry should be cautious because Mayer dates and tells. The tweet was certainly an odd insult, to say the least. Surprisingly, Mayer didn't seem too bothered by Trump's warning about his dating habits. During a 2024 appearance on Conan O'Brien Needs a Friend, Mayer even praised Trump's voice. However, he wasn't proposing that Trump switch careers to become a singer. Instead, Mayer suggested that Trump could find success as a voiceover artist, noting, "If Donald Trump weren't saying the things he was saying and was saying things that were benign, he would have a lovely speaking voice." Despite his admiration for Trump's voice, Mayer might hesitate to buy any children's books narrated by the former president. In a 2017 tweet, he expressed his concern about explaining the Trump presidency to his future kids. Mayer humorously imagined having a conversation with his hypothetical children, likening Trump's leadership to the mischievous behavior of a troublemaking classmate. Richard Gere. During a 2016 trip to Europe, Pretty Woman star Richard Gere absolutely went off on former President Trump. "Here's a guy who's obviously Mussolini. How is it possible that people would be supporting this guy? You can try to find reasons. It's about how disillusioned they are, how afraid, how confused. Trump is a demagogue, a clown, but people like clarity. Here's this guy who says, 'I'm going to fix this problem for you. It doesn't matter how, I'll just take care of it.' He's finding villains everywhere and then telling people he'll get rid of them. We'll get rid of the Jews, the blacks. Anyone that we perceive as a problem, we'll get rid of. This is how it starts. Intelligent people aren't seeing this. Don't make the mistake of thinking it's just idiots who are backing Trump. This kind of thinking is a slippery slope." The tweet is mightier than the sword for Stephen King. Stephen King seems to have made it a hobby to critique Donald Trump, with his Twitter feed practically serving as a repository for anti-Trump sentiments. The author of Misery hasn't held back, labeling Trump as Putin's running dog, and even using a food-related analogy to question Trump's mental sharpness. King's tweet in January 2024, suggesting that the cheese appears to be slipping off Donald Trump's cracker, likely referenced a notable slip-up Trump made during a New Hampshire campaign rally. Trump confused the names of Democratic California Representative Nancy Pelosi and his opponent at the time, Nikki Haley, which garnered attention. Additionally, Trump's boast about acing a cognitive test designed to detect decline symptoms added fuel to King's criticism. On another occasion, Trump's inability to maintain courtroom decorum during E. Jean Carroll's defamation trial caught King's attention. He tweeted about Trump's inability to keep quiet, emphasizing that this behavior didn't bode well for someone entrusted with national secrets. Furthermore, King didn't hold back when Trump expressed frustration over owing Carroll a significant sum, labeling him a crybaby. Although King didn't specify the context, Trump's recent complaints on Truth Social about being a victim of a witch hunt likely fueled King's tweet. What do you think about the opinions shared by these celebrities? Do you agree or disagree with their assessments of Trump's tenure in office? Let us know in the comments below. And for more insights into what celebrities are saying about Donald Trump in 2024 and other trending topics, don't forget to like and subscribe to stay updated. Bye for now.